Thank you so much, Divya. And there is some iPhone I can see in the chat box. So he or she is a teacher and would love to understand student stress and solutions better. Okay. Divya also wants to know those. Guys, we hope that we are able to, fulfill your expectations and give you the answers that you guys are looking for
Advice
today.
for a better life. We are a 24/7, 365 days online counseling portal. We provide wholesome guidance and support to people in times of need. With a panel of qualified and experienced counselors available around the clock to listen, understand, and guide you through, Sage Advice is a social enterprise driven by its vision of a happier society and people leading empowered, richer, and fulfilling lives. We strive every day to help you navigate through life with lesser stress and worry. Our general counseling vertical is very well complemented by wellness and life coaching. Our life and wellness coaches, also available all the time, are constantly inspiring you to strive and to be the best version of yourself. Sage Advice has a core belief that all aspects of human life must function well together, like an orchestra where all instruments are in perfect harmony. With this view, we offer career counseling for students both at school and at the college level. Our career counselors also bring several years of experience and astute judgment to help you navigate through career change, countering work stress, and help make strategic decisions if you contemplate a career shift. Sage Advice is all about self improvement, growth, and healing, be it the body, mind, or your relationships. We help you break barriers, fight complexes, overcome fears, shame, and vulnerability to forge ahead with extreme confidence and claim a better life.
So, in short, this is what Sage advises. It believes in self-improvement, it believes in growth and healing at all levels.
Absolutely. All-round development.
All-round development. It's an online portal, and we are a social enterprise. We are present mostly during the hours of morning 7 to about 1 p.m. at night. Kashish, are we ready to go?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes. So I'll start with karma circles.
No, give me a second.
All right.
So I am Rashmi Mehra Kumar. I'm a chief counselor at Sage Advice, and I totally believe that we all have a power to become a better version of ourselves. It's a continuous journey where we can keep improving ourselves, keep growing, and helping others to grow too. And I have my colleague today, Priyanka Jain, who is a panel expert with Sage Advice. And as I mentioned that this webinar is going to be an interactive one, I have two more colleagues with me who are the chief counselor and have 30 years of experience or more than 30 years of experience in counseling. So when we open this forum for pertinent questions, they will be joining. Pallavi Khanna and Sharnaaz Doctor will be joining soon. Today we are partnering with Karma Circle and we have Kashish Dhingra. Kashish, if you can introduce yourself and introduce Karma Circle, then I'll play the short video as requested.
First of all, a very good evening, everyone. Hope you are well and keeping yourself safe. I am Kashish Dhingra, the founder of Karma Circles. As the name suggests, what we give, we receive. See, no one has ever become poor by giving. This is what I believe, and this is what life is all about. Lending a helping hand can uplift a person's spirit during these harsh times, to be specific during the COVID crisis. You must be thinking about my ideology behind karma circles and why did I start this can everyone please mute yourself? So you all must be thinking my ideology behind karma circles and why did I start with it at such young age. So I was barely 13, 14 years old and I joined NCC in my school. Our school adopted a village on behalf of NCC and we used to go for donations every week. And I was really astonished to see the reality of life. That the basic necessities were the secondary things. There was just a 13 or like 15-year-old girl who was pregnant. And at that point of time, I was myself 13 years old. So girls were treated like animals. And what can I even tell you about the stray dogs there? There was no safe drinking water. Without water, how can you even imagine being toilets there? So this changed the purpose of my life. And I thought after completing this course, I'll start something of my own. I honestly believe in the course of idea circles. See, मैं आपको सही से बताती हूँ. एक बार सोचते हुए मेरे को idea आ गया that I'll start with some NGO, and the very next day I got up and started with karma circles. So on 26th June, I thought let's make an organization, and on 27th, I started with a basic team. And Karma Circle was just a baby organization. It just grew big day by day. And it's all possible because of your support. So that's it about Karma Circles. And coming back to this webinar. So due to this pandemic and the rise of cases, I wasn't able to get the permissions from the administration to start with the donation drives. So I was really disturbed because I really wanted to help people, but I couldn't. So there's one senior, my senior named Lavanya Ray. She advised me to start with something online, and I just walked on her path that she showed me. And I got in touch with Mr. Devendra Pal Bansal. So I would just like to tell you a little about Mr. Devendra Pal Bansal, and Devendra Bhaiya is also here today. So Devendra Bhaiya is part of this organization since the day it's formed. And he's available for this organization 24/7, no matter what, when, where, to be specific in simple words. And I would like to thank four most faithful supporters of Karma Circles. First one is Mrs. Nilima Gupta. The second one is Mr. Deepak Gupta. The third one is Wing Commander Indrajit Virk. And the fourth one is Arvind Sahadev. So the motto of Karma Circles is to eradicate hunger, and we cover various areas of Tri-City. We usually go on food drives, and we also visit some orphanages and old age homes.
I congratulate you, Kashish, for such a great work you're doing. Let me quickly play your short video which you have shared, and it will give us a glance what you are doing. Yeah.
Thank you, Rashmi ma'am. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome. So as I said, it will be interactive, but we will preempt certain things. We have done a little drive to understand students better, and we both are the mothers of teenagers. So we have a little perspective. So let's start with what we understand and then bring on what you all are expecting from us. I think Karma Circle wants to play itself again. Yeah, so here we are. Priyanka,
yes,
let's start.
Right. The moment this lockdown started, I'm sure आप सभी के मन में बहुत सारे thoughts आए होंगे. अब क्या करें? You know, exams आने वाले हैं, तैयारी करो, prepare करो, notes बनाओ. friends से नहीं मिल पाना, so much of confusion पूरा time. How will I do the online learning? How will I do it? Internet connections, power cut, and not able to connect with your teacher. कितने सारे doubts होंगे ना मन में, समझ नहीं आ रहा होगा क्या करें हम, कहाँ जाएं, किसके पास जाएं.
Actually, so much of confusion, and then constantly being in focus, locked into your room, parents' expectations कि हाँ time पे खाना खाना चाहिए, ये नहीं कर सकते, and actually getting bored घर के खाना खाने से, not ordering. The second wave has really, I think first wave में थोड़ा सा ठीक था, people thought that initially they are enjoying this routine, but I think second wave has really hit back. And now over and above, there was a breaking news where exams have postponed and certain exams have cancelled. Kids have this stress कि evaluation होगा कैसे?
Absolutely. इतनी तैयारी की थी. We have prepared so much, and now exams are cancelled. समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या करूं. मैं इस बात पे खुश हूं or should I cry about it? There is so much of confusion, so much of ambiguity.
Totally. I am sure that some of you must be facing such things, and I will invite every one of you later on to just share your experience about this. So today we're going to be talking about decoding student stress in current time. How do you feel about online learning? Has COVID created any kind of a disturbance in your life? I'm sure it must have, because the changes due to pandemic which is there is totally, we have faced this uncertainty, and it's been a complete 1 year of unprecedented changes. What has happened? It is quite stressful and frustrating at times for adults. तो बच्चों के लिए आसान नहीं होगा, ये मैं समझ सकती हूँ.
Absolutely. Change किसी को पसंद नहीं होता है. No one likes change. We all want certainty. We all want answers. And suddenly such a big change.
Yeah, totally. So when we are talking about stress, how about calling upon today's speakers? We have some brave teenagers who have decided to come on and talk about real life cases. Yeah, so it will be interesting to have, and simultaneously I call upon Pallavi Khanna. She's a chief counselor at Sage Advice to just say hello and introduce herself, and Dr. Shehnaz Doctor, if you also can do the same, please.
Hi, good evening. Hello, everybody. And so as Rashmi was saying, Sage Advice is here to help you deal with your with the stress that all of you are going through. I think all of us are going through a lot of stress because we all thought everything is okay now, but then the second wave has come back, and again we are locked in our homes, and this online system of learning is just not making sense anymore. We want to go back to school. We wanted to give exams, but there is a lot of uncertainty all over. So I'm glad that that we are doing this topic. It's a very relevant topic, and I'm really excited to be here and understand what all of you are going through. So so we look forward to this evening of interaction.
Actually, Pallavi. So, Shehnaz, are you here? Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Rashmi. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm Shehnaz Doctor. I'm the Chief Counselor with Sage Advice. And as all my colleagues have mentioned, we are an online portal, a mental health portal, and we look at positivity and holistic mental health. This is what we would like to do. And a very important part of mental health obviously is the stress, unprecedented stress and anxiety that we are going through in today's times. Hopefully, we will be able to answer your questions. And so I think the only way that each one of us, whether it's a counselor, a student, a homemaker, a working person, whoever it is, the only way that we can go through this pandemic is by reaching out and helping each other, by supporting each other.
Very true, Shehnaz. Very true.
That is what we at Sage Advice would definitely strive to do.
Yeah. I call upon Kashish and rest of other speakers. Kashish, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
so
give me a second. Just give me a second. There's some internet problem.
I can
Just give
see
me.
Purnima. Sure, Kashish. I can see Purnima. Can I see Hemang? Yeah. Kavya, Aryan.
And, ma'am,
So we have some kids from Ludhiana. We have some kids from Jalandhar. We have some who have volunteered to share. We have some kids from Delhi and from Mumbai.
So, ma'am, shall I start?
Yeah, please, Kashish.
Sure, Kashish.
So, ma'am, the first question I would like to ask you is that, ma'am, teenagers these days, they sleep at night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. They wake up in the afternoon, around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then they eat lunch. They just get away with these classes, online classes, and they sleep again. So, ma'am, how to manage a routine?
Sure. Kashish, so it is very important to understand that, to maintain something, you have to start. The first step is to accept that we want to start some kind of a routine. And once we accept that we have to start a routine, then from there onwards, if we start making small steps, as Rome was not built in a day, you start taking small steps, pertinent steps which are needed as per your requirements. So I assume you're talking about during the holidays, because if the online classes are there in morning, I'm sure the kids are sleeping late but waking up, going totally, the sleep is not covered completely, and they're still sitting into the online classes. तभी हो सकता है शायद. तो आप क्या कहना चाह रही हैं? ये कहना चाह रही हैं कि छुट्टियों में जो लेट उठते हैं या ड्यूरिंग एग्जाम स्कूल टाइम ऑल्सो लेट उठते हैं?
No, I'm talking about lockdown.
लॉकडाउन में जो nick of the time पे उठ के you have to join the online classes, right? Yeah. So start maintaining small changes which can happen, and from there it is important for a body also to have enough rest and join the class on time. So understanding what routine is and how do you stay put on their schedule, on the timetable, you have to understand starting small and building it up. Start appreciating, even if you do little of your work of staying on the schedule, maintaining your timetable very properly. Start appreciating yourself. If you start appreciating yourself, you will see a sea change in your total mindset, in your confidence level, in your body image.
Right.
Rashmi,
And Rashmi,
oh, sorry. Yeah.
yes.
I just wanted to add that self-discipline is something that's really, really important in the pandemic.
Exactly.
It's up to us to really, to make sure that that we are sleeping on time, waking up on time, doing things on time, carrying on our routine, following a schedule, because there's no teacher to tell us what to do. So a lot of self-driven motivation and self-discipline that's going to take us, I think, successfully through these days.
Absolutely. And just to add on to Pallavi ma'am's, suggestion. So this lockdown, this pandemic is surely not in our control. All this uncertainty is not in our control. But our discipline and our ability to, stick to that routine, make a routine, and include all the activities, include your fun time. And because your self-care is very important. When you stick to the foundation of you taking care of yourself, eating healthy, sleeping on time, maintaining that hygiene, maintaining discipline, and connecting with people, if you are maintaining this routine, it will take you a long way. So taking care of yourself is definitely in your control.
Yeah,
something that you guys can do.
Totally, Priyanka. So Priyanka is talking about things which are in your control and which are not in your control. So if you allow me, I can quickly show you that slide where we have put in something that which can be in your control, and it will help you, Kashish.
Yes, ma'am, I know.
I will have to jump through a couple of slides. We have put it forward for you all, and let's see. let us focus on what is in your control. That's the idea. And understanding what is in your control is your behavior, your how you take care of yourself, your self-care is in your control. And here we have curated some kind of list for you, which will help you to understand. COVID situation is not in your control. Others' action is not in your control. Peers' comments and reaction on your any kind of a program or anything what you're putting up in social media is not in your control. But what is in your control is completely your self-discipline, keeping a schedule, being safe, and your own well-being at all levels is in your control. And if you are feeling, then start communicating. If you're feeling unwell at any given point of time, at any level, start communicating. Communicate with your friends, communicate with your loved ones. That will help.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering my question. I just
Most
have
welcome.
one more question, just a quick question. So, ma'am, the second question is that we are due to this pandemic, we are not socializing and we're not meeting our friends, and everything has been shifted to online. So, ma'am, how to maintain friendships online?
Yeah, very important.
Explain.
Yes, very important and very relevant question. And I think, Kashish, not only you, I think even the adults who are sitting here, they must be thinking about the same because their socializing is also affected, right?
Absolutely.
So, Rashmi, can I take this question?
Please go ahead, Priyanka.
Sure. So, Kashish, definitely, this is the hard reality that, this is the pandemic. Now, we need to accept this. Though, we may not like it, we may not approve of it. That, okay, we may feel, oh, why is this happening to us? It's so unfair. Why am I supposed to go through this? All these questions may come to your mind, but the hard reality is that this is the pandemic. And definitely, you don't want to compromise on your health, on your safety. So now ensuring that you are safe, but at the same time, your social connections are equally important. Now, how can you maintain them? So, video conferencing, having these Zoom calls. And, the other day in my kids' school, they actually had a class party. They brought in snacks and drinks and they all had it together. It made them feel connected. So keeping your video on during the sessions, connecting with your peers, with your group, having Netflix parties, having jamming sessions, basically making use of whatever limited resources we have. And, I'm truly grateful for this technology. I think this pandemic has changed our relationship with the technology. Earlier, we used only, for the social media, but now we started connecting even to people who are staying so away from us, You must have had during the pandemic, there were so many Tambolo games and there were so many family games that were happening. And I think that is the way we can bring us all together, instead of thinking, okay, I'm not having that. If we start reframing it, what can I do? So this is a situation I can't put myself into, danger now, but how can I connect with my friends? Keeping a check on them, calling them with, instead of waiting for them to call you, how about you call and check on them? How are they doing?
Thank you, Priyanka. That was an interesting piece of advice. I hope, Kashish, you have any takeaways from this.
So basically, in place of thinking what we can't do, what we are not able to do, we should more focus what we can do.
Right.
In this present scenario.
Yes. Dr.
Making
Amrita.
the best use of, whatever we have.
Thank you so much, Priyanka ma'am.
Thank you, Kashish.
Priyanka ma'am, can I add something into this? You just provided an excellent piece of advice, but just one more thing nowadays, because people are connecting through social media. So it's really important not to focus on the negative happening, because most people, when they talk to each other, they keep talking about, oh, COVID has impacted in this way or that way. So try to allocate that time, especially to focus on the positive things and, the good things you can talk and supporting each other. I feel that that's another thing to focus on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
Sumira.
Sumira, for adding.
Thank you, Sumira, for adding that. Sumira is a panel expert again with Sage Advice. Thank you so much.
So this
Yeah,
means avoid
Kashish.
the negativity and focus on the good.
Yeah,
Yes,
and focus on what can be done, the possibility.
Yes.
Rather than good, focus on the possibility.
Like the glass is half empty and half full. The same rules applies here too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
So,
so
ma'am,
next, yeah,
the second speaker is a student,
okay.
Kavya Dhingra. She's 18 years old. She's currently doing foundation online year of Central St. Martin's, London. And she would like to talk about her personal experience of online classes. Kavya?
Sure. Can we have Kavya?
Hi,
Hi, Kavya.
good evening, everybody.
Very good
Good
evening.
evening, Kavya.
Like I
Can I
wanted to talk.
request you to switch on your video? It will be really nice to.
I'm really sorry, there was some connection issues here. We
No
just have a
worries.
light sorted, so I might not be able to like switch on the video because of the internet issues.
No
But
problem.
I'll start talking about my personal experience of having done my first foundation year online. So like personally, from my personal experience being an introvert generally, so it was a very new thing for me to actually talk to people from outside India, like talking to people from China, from different places outside India. And it was a very big task to actually have a conversation with people, keeping in mind those accent issues and the language barriers that come into it. And this was something new, but I think that maybe it was better as an option to do it online instead of doing it, instead of going to London in this situation, and actually thinking from the financial perspective too. I think going to London wasn't going to be a useful decision because in this time, there's this business barrier too that's happening because of lack of, I would say lack of people working for the factories. And that's a very big issue for earning also. So we as good families do not have to worry about the financial requirements we need, but it's a duty as a teenager to actually understand what pressure it might be, because outside the studies aren't that cheaper as we think of in India. It's not that cheap. And thinking about the accommodations and the online fee that you're giving, and then you have to stay in just one room and do the online classes there instead of doing it here. I don't think it's like a necessity to just go away from India just because you want to get out of this place and just go outside and experience new things, because in this situation the experiencing is not going to happen, because every country is going through the same phase. Sometimes they're going through a lesser level and sometimes they go to the higher level. You never know. It's very unpredictable these days. So my main question to everybody, if there's somebody from college and is doing it online, my question will be, do you really think that it would be useful for you guys to just go to the place where your college is, or do you think the online college is a better option for at least this condition?
If I can add to that.
Yes, please.
I would say that, see, I did most of my university in person, and that made me build some social skills, So now I'm wondering, my brother, that he started his university now, just like Kavya right now, how will they build those social skills without having that kind of interaction when they're just working online?
So we are hearing two different perspectives here. Somebody who's comfortable and somebody who feels that there is a plus point of going to the university, interacting, having peer interaction, understanding different social skills, and yeah.
But I have an answer here, if I may speak.
Yes, please.
It actually depends on the kind of a person you are. So if you're an introvert, you find it better to actually connect to people online instead of just meeting them face to face at first. And if you're an extrovert who is a very great fan of socializing, then it's a very majority choice to go and socialize. But if I speak personally, I think learning about what the level of the course might be at an online state is better than just going into a very new place and not knowing anything.
But for me, I would reply to that saying that everyone who goes to university before this pandemic happened, if they were introverts or extroverts, they were learning how to, live in a life where you have to, talk to people and discuss things with people, deal with different kinds of people from different walks of the world. And that's what was one thing that you also learn in university. So that's some kind of education too that you get in university. So for me, when I had to do my last semester online, it was kind of daunting, and I didn't like that because I wasn't getting that part of the experience where I was doing presentations in front of class and I was talking to my teachers, my professors, and having that kind of connection with those kind of people,
Right.
Okay.
So, Rashmi, it looks like Kavya, being an introvert, she liked this online platform, and Fiona, she was missing out, on the social interaction and skills. So maybe, the students who are extroverts, who like social interaction, who like peer interaction, maybe they are missing out on, the fun of school and real-time classrooms. And introvert, they are happy about it, and they are like, okay, this is like a blessing for us, and we can stay home and connect. So how do you think we can help people? What will you suggest, Rashmi, for people who are missing out on social interaction? Like Fiona said, how can they build their social skills now?
Yeah. So I feel, Kavya, you wanted to add something? I saw you raising.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that maybe it's not, if we just keep the introvert and extrovert position aside for now, it's actually an advantage for everybody to kind of understand before going to college and going into a very new area, in a very new environment. It's very valid and a very big advantage to understand what's going to happen. I know that before this particular situation, people went to college at normal terms, had to just get into the environment as soon as possible, try to understand what's going on in the environment and just fit themselves into it. But maybe we can take this situation,
so you are trying to say that let's look at the positive side also. Yeah, and what it is. Yeah, I got your point, Kavya. So we leave aside the introvert and extrovert as requested by you. That's absolutely fine. And we will move on to the next question, which is Kashish.
The next question is by Aryan. Aryan, will you be able to introduce yourself? Is he there?
Aryan?
Yeah. So my question is I think for everybody, when the lockdown started, even if you're an extrovert or an introvert, you found it personally for me, it was a place where you get a break from school. They had told us that 2 weeks you don't have to go to school, so you sit at home, you log in to class at 9 o'clock, and basically you get lots of time to do whatever you want. But now a year later, I've practically got tired of whatever I'd planned to do in the whole lockdown. So basically I would like to know is how do you keep yourself occupied throughout the whole day? Because the boredom has reached another level.
Interesting question. So you're talking about boredom has reached, and now initially everybody enjoyed the lockdown. Everybody thought that it will take just a couple of more days, few more months, and then we are here for one whole year. So what I've understood is that how do you occupy yourself? What do you do throughout the day? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Priyanka, you would like to answer this question?
Sure, Rashmi. So, Aryan, that's a very valid point, and I'm sure most of your friends who are sitting here, they will agree with you. So, when the first declaration came, it's a 2 weeks off, we all were so excited. Finally we can stay home, have fun, and at the same time study also, and after 2 weeks we'll go back to school and everything will be right. But as time passed, the reality started setting in that it's gonna take time. Now what do we do? पहले जो टीवी अच्छा लगता था अब वो पसंद नहीं आ रहा है. PS पे कितना खेलूं, कितना फैमिली वालों से बात करूं, what do I do? So that concern, yes, it haunted everyone. Now, Aryan, like, अभी जो conversation चल रही है कि look at the brighter side of it and the benefit of it. How about thinking that, yes, you do have a schedule, you have your classes, you have your hobby classes online. हर चीज online होते होते ना काफी boring हो जाता है. How about doing something offline? How about, taking that time out, staying bored and figuring out how can you connect with yourself? Maybe bring out that creative side of yours, something which was unexplored पहले, जिसके लिए पहले time नहीं मिलता था, क्योंकि स्कूल से घर आने में 1 घंटा जो बस में लग जाता था. But now we have that time. So how about, exploring that creative side? How about knowing yourself better? What do you like? So we are talking about building connection with people, social interaction. How about that interaction with your own self? Like Kashish, she woke up and she had this idea, okay, I want to do something for the society. I want to give it back. So, and for example,
you're trying to say have a bigger goal, have a bigger, bigger,
not a,
bigger
something
aim
like
where you feel connected, where the boredom comes when you are completely, in the set routine, and that routine is now kind of not giving you an excitement.
Exactly.
So disturb that routine, come out of that routine and try and see what else can excite you.
It can be as simple as just, cooking. If you like cooking, if you like to eat, make something, decorate something, draw art. So in this lockdown, I started drawing mandala. Like I never drew earlier. पहले कभी नहीं किया. But okay.
ये बच्चों के लिए थोड़ा सा उनके स्पोर्ट्स बंद हो गए, उनके फैमिली नहीं फ्रेंड्स आउटिंग बंद हो गई है, तो इसके लिए आई थिंक इन लोगों को समझने की जरूरत है कि थोड़ा सा और क्या किया जा सकता है. एंड आई हैव Purnima's hand raised. Probably she has a different perspective. Over to you, Purnima. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Hi, everyone. I had some same issues going on as Aryan, that boredom was reaching another level. So what I started was following a 5 hobby routine. In each set of hobby, in each set of life skills, I used to explore myself. So I'll just say it fatafat se. One is for your creativity. One is to gain your knowledge. One is to get yourself evolved. One is evolvement, knowledge, creativity. One to keep you in shape. And the last one, I've forgotten the last one.
Yeah. But I think this 4 is also very interesting, and when it is coming from somebody who's a student, so creativity, gain knowledge, evolve and shape. Do anything which will keep you in shape, any physical activity which can keep you in shape. Yeah.
Right.
So
these are like different tools you can have for, for your creativity or for your cognition. Solve puzzles. If you're feeling bored, try out some puzzles. Maybe you may like it. Maybe you did not do it earlier. So try out new things. And Rashmi, here quickly, there is a question on the chat. I would address that too because it's very relevant here. So Janvi is asking, how can we manage our time between studies and other work? And I can completely understand that, Janvi, because, after this lockdown, even I started spreading my work so much that there were no boundaries between work and, my family time or personal time. So how about, what I started doing was scheduling your day. How about you schedule your day so that okay, itne se itne baje I'm doing this, and then I have 1 hour ka free time, wherein you can use that free time to take a break, to practice a hobby, just take a walk on the terrace, or do anything that you like. So scheduling your day really helps you get that control back on your day. Okay,
And
what I
plus, I
want to
would
do.
like to add one more thing here is prioritize, Janvi. अगर सैटरडे संडे में कोई अपॉइंटमेंट, कोई असाइनमेंट सबमिशन नहीं है स्कूल का और कुछ नहीं करना है, तो रिवर्स इट, गिव 70% to your extracurricular activities or your hobby or your socializing over, or even going on your social media. And but if there are some assignments, then prioritize and complete your assignments. So you are the best judge. And yes, this COVID time has made everybody become a little more responsible about themselves. खुद को समझने की जरूरत है कि हमारे लिए क्या सही है. Okay, so try and do that. Try and do that. Hope Janvi and
Rashmi-
Aryan, we have answered your questions.
Yes. And after this, I quickly want to add just one more thing. That guys, we have talked about ki schedule your day, build new hobby, new activity. Everything is fine, but you are able to do it very well and good. Go ahead, do it. But if you are not able to do it, do not beat yourself up. It's okay. These are like the tough times. You try, you can do it very well. If you can't, just go a little kinder towards yourself, that maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be harsh on yourself. This is not a productivity challenge. This is a pandemic. So it's a very new situation for all of us.
Priyanka, can I add something here, please?
Yes, ma'am, please.
So I feel that the boredom is also setting in because we are a lot on our gadgets. From morning to evening, we are all the time either on a phone or a laptop or an iPad or some gadget, So I think there's a lot of, I think the digital medium is just so overpowering on our senses that at times I feel that we need to just back off a little bit, just do what is essential and then just take a day off from any kind of gadget. So just as all the other options you were giving of cooking or art or possibly even gardening or doing something else,
Right.
all these things can only happen when you when possible you can just switch off gadgets, because I think all of us are getting very dependent because our gadgets, our phones and our laptops is the only way we are connecting with the rest of the world. But as Priyanka is right, if you want to connect with yourself, then you just have to switch off all these gadgets for some time. So maybe, that will also take away some part of the boredom, I feel, and also that constant pressure to stay connected all the time.
Exactly.
That can also be a pressure, all this, how many likes do I have on my post or who has liked and who has commented on it, and that constant validation that we are living for through our social media, So I think we all need to switch off for some time,
Exactly. Every day, like some time off the gadget. And make a new discovery.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, right. Totally. I hope we have answered your question, Aryan.
Yeah, you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Aryan.
Thank you.
Kashish?
Right. That was such a good answer, so apt. And now the third speaker, Manan. He's 16 years old. He stays in Ludhiana. He studies in St. Paul Mitchell School. Manan, are you there?
Yeah, Kashish. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Manan.
Hi, Manan.
How are you all?
Doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. So, my question would be like, in the end of the 10th boards, it gave a big gap between the next session, leaving us with like lot of free time and hence the need of motivation to study, like before the pandemic situation. So what are we supposed to do in such need of motivation? Because you all lack in motivation at this point of moment.
Okay.
So, Rashmi, you wanna go for it, or?
Yeah, I will take. So, Manan, you were saying you're lacking motivation in what elements? By doing anything? Can you just elaborate a little on your question?
I'm asking like we need motivation in the sense that like we used to study before the pandemic, we used to work hard and we were like very motivated at that time. But now we all lack in that because we have a lot of free time and we are all bored right now.
Okay. Okay. So you're lacking motivation in your studies. You're lacking motivation in your daily activities. Where are you lacking motivation? Manan?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, motivation in studies.
Motivation in studies.
So I feel, Rashmi, I feel that because of the uncertainty, because of not knowing when exactly you're going to have the exam. So that's the reason that the motivation is dipping, because children don't know, what is the target that they have in front of them. When are they actually going to go and give a paper?
Right.
So that
Absolutely.
is something that's really, I think, disturbed their motivation levels. So
Right.
so I think if you're in class 10, what you need to do is to really
He's
start
finished his
working.
class 10th. He's gone to class 11th.
Exactly. So you need to, really keep up that motivation, because you have 2 years before you decide on what is it that you want to pursue as your career. You have 2 years to decide and understand your strengths, understand your likes and dislikes, and really focus. So this is the time, Manan, that you have to, really keep up the motivation. And you are safe, So I'm actually worried about children who are in class 12 right now, and they don't know when their exams are going to be held. So
Yeah.
I request you to just keep possibly, just make short goals for yourself, not very long term. Take time to write down some short term goals for yourself and keep reviewing them and following up and seeing if you're able to do them.
And how about some courses, some short courses? I think, Pallavi, this pandemic has made everybody so close, because of our interactions, and we can go sitting here, we can have any course at any of the university. They have opened up. The online learning has opened up doors for all the other students. So you can sit here in your house and do some kind of a course which will help you in your future. It might be anything. You can even apply to best of the universities all over the world. Harvard has opened for his online courses for everybody. Similarly, there are many institutes which are doing this short course. So you somewhere self-motivation is something which will keep coming back to you, that what exactly you want to do, what exactly. And anytime you feel that it is a dip, then please reach out and ask for any kind of a recommendation, help, that what all I can do. You can have a career
Absolutely.
counselor who can guide you with that.
And Rashmi, I just want to add one thing here. So Manan, you said that, this fatigue is setting in and this lack of motivation. Just remember that you were always a good student. Before this pandemic hit, you were facing those challenges. You were facing uncertainty in some ways or the other, and you were able to manage it, overcome it. So I'm sure, think of days where you got stuck, think of days where you were not able to do something, and how did you overcome it? Think of the days of your successful days where you could overcome this motivation, this fatigue, and, thrive. I'm sure when you go back.
Yeah.
So I'm sure when you go back and, recollect those memories, because you were a very good student always, and you will be once, the whole thing resumes again.
Knowing your worth. Yeah, I can see Sumaira's hand up. She must be having a good something good to say. Please go ahead, Sumaira.
Thank you, ma'am. All of you just mentioned very good points, but I feel one another thing the youngsters can do, they like to connect with each other through social media or something like WhatsApp or any other means. So it would be really good to form a group. So rather than, if you feel like you're lacking on motivation to study, So forming a group with your group mates or your friends who also might be feeling the same, but just having a commitment like, okay, for 15 minutes, you study this topic and I will study this topic. And then we share.
Inspiring each other. Yes, inspiring
Yes.
each other and doing some group studies online.
Yes.
That is
And
interesting.
Absolutely.
That is
Yeah,
very
right.
interesting.
Yes.
And if you are stuck at any point, you can always ask your friends, that I'm stuck here. Have you been through this? Because, same age group, they all have same concerns. You may, use their solutions. Maybe they applied something, maybe, they did something to come out of it. And so, we can learn from their experiences too.
Very, very real life challenges these kids are facing. And I am really, glad that you people have courage to come up and say that these are the problems. If anybody can take away from this, from the questions what you are asking today, because very pertinent questions, it will be nice.
And
So
Rashmi,
that's a thought that I would like to add, Rashmi.
Yeah.
But the first thing, I think we are all focusing on what we should do, what we should not do, practical tips and all. But the first thing that each one of us needs to do is acknowledge the anxiety that each and every one of us is going through. Maybe in different ways, in various ways. It's only when you acknowledge that anxiety that you will also be able to understand your thought patterns better, your emotions better. This also will addresses the topic of boredom. It addresses the topic of not being motivated enough. All along, we are trying to be okay. We are trying to, cope with the pandemic, but none of us are actually admitting or accepting that we ourselves are anxious. And all around us, we are seeing anxiety, whether it's our parents, the neighbors, the family, and obviously the total
the scenario is very
negative
glim.
News that keeps coming.
It's a very glim. Yeah. The scenario is quite dull. Quite dull.
Instead of feeling pressurized to perform, to achieve, this is the time to lay low, focus your energies on self-help, on self-care, focus your energies on mental health. As Pallavi also mentioned, a focus on post-pandemic goals, which can be short-term goals. Having maybe a small positive vision of what you would like to do post-pandemic. Also, we are all of us are creatures of habit.
Yeah.
Although
Shehnaz.
we keep saying we are bored, we all like that routine and we follow that routine. And this pandemic has thrown that routine totally out of gear, increasing the uncertainty, increasing the stress, increasing the anxiety. That is the reason that we need a schedule for ourselves, to make a routine for ourselves, which fits with this pandemic. A routine that includes, like you would otherwise have in a regular school day, a fixed time for sports, fixed time for studies, fixed time for being at home, fixed time for your extracurricular activities, leisure activities. During the pandemic, we have to reshuffle our priorities, reshuffle our routines, but the routine also gives us a sense of security. It also helps in dealing with that anxiety. So the rest of the tips that Priyanka has been giving, Rashmi has been giving, each one of you has been giving, will help when you realize that the first thing you need to know is that you accept your anxiety. None of us have to be superhumans all the time. It is okay to feel low. It is okay to feel anxious. Equally okay to reach out and ask for help.
Very well put, ma'am. Very well put.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Shehnaz. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kashish.
What a great discussion. I would like to add a little to it. Ma'am, I think that we should have practical thinking. Like, abhi to we see online exams are going on, everyone is doing cheating and all stuff like that. But we have to see towards our real goal. That if instead there's a magic and something, everything is fine, then what? So I think a little of practicality should be there in our minds. And ma'am, the third question, someone from our viewers only wanted to ask. She's Riddhi Sharma, my senior. She would like to ask you something. Over to you, Riddhi.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Riddhi.
Ma'am, my question is that I'm a 12th grader. So I've been in 12th from like past, I don't know, 1.5 year almost. And all the 12th graders are right now going through a major anxiety loop, that we are anxious that what is going to happen. And we keep on overthinking the same thing. And eventually that anxiety just takes over us, and we are not able to study as well, and we have to prepare ourselves from for boards and our entrances. So ma'am, how do we deal with that kind of stress or anxiety?
Totally. Very important question. And I think Pallavi mentioned in her talk that she was feeling that how the current 12th graders, and it is 1.5 years of study and same set of studies, the portion is the same. I'm sure you finished it n number of time, and still you don't know when the exams would be. So it's not an easy place to be in. Before I could give you a tool to talk about it, I want Pallavi to just have a little her thoughts on this.
So I think Shanaz has already spoken, on anxiety. So I think that's extremely valuable, to acknowledge that yes, each one of us is suffering and going through a lot of uncertainty, anxiety, and also the overthinking that you are talking about, because this is a time where because of lack of interaction, lack of any kind of exposure or going out or doing different things, and because of being locked into a very limited physical space, so all these things are beginning to impact on mental health. And I 100% agree that yes, at this point of time, mental health is a priority. We all need to take care of it. We need to prioritize it. Overthinking happens because somehow I think all of us are imagining extremely negative consequences about the future. So I'm sure that, if we allow Rashmi and Priyanka to share a few techniques with us on how to not think about a negative, future and negative consequences all the time. So because if we are thinking about, only that what can go wrong, that can feel extremely overwhelming. So, and then, negative thinking comes into a loop, and then you go on thinking, and it becomes very, very difficult to break that circle of thoughts. So, so I think I'm going to allow the presenters of this webinar to give us some practical tips on how to break that that circle of negative thinking, the loop of negative thinking. And after that, if you have any questions, we can get back to this discussion, because I think it's very, very important.
Yeah, Riddhi, it's very important what you have posed. And thank you, Pallavi. So here I would like to bring to your notice a very simple tool, yet very powerful. The acronym of it is RAIN. So when I say mindfulness, or when we say mindfulness, or parents or teachers, anybody, kids feel that, oh my God, meditation, mindfulness, we don't want to do it. But here we are making it very simple. We are talking about a technique which you can name it as RAIN, R-A-I-N, RAIN, where we are saying that if you are, kind of in any anxious moment, if you are, in that loop which you are unable to break, then take a pause. Take a pause. Take a couple of deep breaths, and recognize the trigger, why it is causing. What is that trigger which is causing? Recognize it. Is it because you have studied too much? Is it because that you don't have anything to do further? Is it because that you are really upset and you were expecting a friend's phone call and it has not come? Recognize what is that trigger, because हमारे लिए हर दिन it is getting very overwhelming. एक दिन we are counting that, okay, this is done, now one more day. Okay, this is done. Everybody is in the same, we are not in the same boat, but we are in the same storm. So recognize the trigger, Riddhi. Then allow that emotion, that thought, okay, I was very upset that I was expecting my best friend to call me and discuss something with me and she's not called. Allow that emotion, recognize that trigger, investigate that why you were expecting that thing to happen. And what is stopping you to pick up the phone and call? Or what is stopping you to take a pause? Or what is stopping you to do this work which you always wanted to do? Investigate, because once you investigate, you will reach to the core of that, that feeling, that emotion. And after that, the last and the important point is non-identification. Non-identification, that I am not that thought. We always keep hearing that, you know, I am bored, I am having a headache, my stomach is paining. Rather than saying that, say, I am feeling bored. This will completely change the thought process. It will just show that you are not bored, you are feeling bored right now. So if you're feeling bored, what all you can do? If you're feeling anxious, what all you can do? You can do some kind of a mindfulness activity. You can do just blog, write your emotions. Go on your Instagram handle